Blue Origin versus SpaceX. All you should know. Welcome, space enthusiasts. You may know that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are the two wealthiest men on Earth, but it appears that this planet isn't big enough for their riches, as space has now become their playground. Can you imagine that? So, before we travel to space and examine the two main firms, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to like this video because we're about to start our space expedition. In the space industry, a competition has developed in which the two have competed for dominance on the galaxy, and it has recently become even more intense. Fear of missing out? Want some brief history first? Okay, we got you. Brief history. Musk has obviously had a lot of achievement with SpaceX, as successfully launched a number of rockets and people flights into space. While Bezos' project is still in its early stages, but on July 20th, 2021, the Amazon CEO was blasted into space on board his New Shepard rocket ship, demonstrating his one-upmanship. Further, this rivalry appears to have started after the two men met in 2004 to discuss their respective rocket businesses' personal space ambitions. Musk and Bezos have only met a handful of times in person. A photo of the two men at a meal in 2008 with University of Chicago professor Sendhil Mullainathan was recently posted by journalist Trung Phan. From there, the rivalry cooled until 2013, until Blue Origin filed a legal objection against SpaceX in order to prevent the latter from having exclusive use of a NASA launchpad. Bezos instead preferred the option of using the launchpad as a commercial spaceport available to all launch companies. During this time, a patent controversy erupted after Blue Origin was given a patent for drone ships, which are now frequently employed to secure land rocket boosters back on Earth. This would mean that if SpaceX wanted to use the patent, it would have to pay Blue Origin. But Musk's team was not pleased, claiming that such technology was old hat and had been available for decades. Then, after a judge ruled in favor of SpaceX, Blue Origin had to abandon its patent claims. At the moment where both of their companies are fully established in the space race, their rivalry has been reduced. We certainly hope so. Regardless of the obvious tensions between the two men and their different companies, there appears to be a modest amount of respect between them. Despite the rocket burning upon landing, Bezos praised SpaceX for a 7-minute test flight in December 2020. He wrote on Instagram, "Anybody who knows how hard this stuff is impressed by today's Starship test. Congratulations to the entire @SpaceX crew. I'm confident they'll be back at it soon. It's good to hear, right?" Now, here's everything you should know about Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin and Elon Musk's SpaceX. In this video, I'm going to share these 3 magic words that would definitely differentiate the two firms. Stay tuned and let the battle of dominance of the galaxy begin. Number 1. Ambitions. SpaceX and Blue Origin, which are owned by 2 billionaires, both want to take humanity into space for travel and tourism. But who knows what happens after that? Especially, the two have opposing views on their personal space ambitions. Let me ask you, where do you want to go? While Musk has stated that he hopes to put humans on Mars one day, Bezos has set a more realistic aim of bringing humans to the moon. And these have something to do on what motivates them. So, Number 2. Motivations. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' motivations for traveling to space are slightly different. Musk believes that humans are on the verge of extinction as a result of climate change, artificial intelligence, or a global invasion. As a result, if we reside on numerous planets, we have a better chance of surviving. Musk has made his desire to colonize Mars no secret. It's very important that we do so as soon as possible. Have you ever thought, while the window of opportunity is open, will you call upon the public to support this goal? Bezos' motivation for traveling to space, on the other hand, is a little different. He considers the Earth to be irreplaceable, and he wants to protect it for future generations. He wants to take advantage of the infinite resources available in space, particularly on the moon. The moon's poles have a lot of ice that may be mined for fuel to power Blue Origin spacecraft. Bezos' ultimate goal is to build space colonies, which seem like something out of a science fiction novel from the 1970s. Large, floating towns capable of supporting 1 million people or more, as well as animals and flora. This civilization has the potential to be extraordinary. What are your thoughts? Number 3. Focus. In order for their visions to become a reality, they have to significantly reduce the costs of each launch, because usually, a rocket is thrown away after one use. Yes, it really is. So, the focus now shifts to the development of reusable rockets. Specifically, the booster, which is the lower portion of the rocket, can be reused, especially it's the costliest part. In December 2015, SpaceX successfully landed a Falcon 9 rocket booster on Earth. That was a huge accomplishment for the company. Blue Origin, on the other hand, has yet to launch a rocket into orbit. It's working on one that has a reusable booster. In 2021, New Glenn plans to launch into orbit, and it will be sustainably larger than the Falcon 9 from SpaceX. Whoa! Nevertheless, SpaceX is currently focusing on developing the Starship, a totally reusable rocket that will transport people to the Moon, Mars, and back. Despite the fact that Blue Origin appears to be behind, Jeff Bezos should not be written out, as Blue Origin's motto is Gradatim Ferociter. Wait, I didn't get that right. Permission to repeat. Gradatim Ferociter. This is a Latin phrase that means step by step, ferociously. Bezos' business is privately developing a reusable rocket named New Armstrong. As of the time of this video was being made, we don't know anything about it. The business is also improving its launch and landing skills. In November 2015, for the first time, the New Shepard rocket successfully landed back on Earth. The New Shepard is not meant to reach orbit, which is why we mentioned Blue Origin has yet to launch a rocket into orbit. It only travels to the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and space. In the future, it will be utilized for space tourists. One of the most significant distinctions between these two companies is financial, which may explain why SpaceX looks to be acting more quickly. From the start, SpaceX has had to compete for contracts in order to stay afloat. Musk threw his personal fortune into the company when he created it in 2002. When the financial services he co-founded, X.com, merged with a rival and became PayPal, and eBay bought PayPal in 2002. Musk made a $180 million profit. He invested $100 million in SpaceX and the rest of his money in Tesla and SolarCity. However, running a rocket business requires a lot of money. Before their Falcon 1 rocket made it to space in September 2008, SpaceX experienced 3 failed missions. That was the turning point in the company's history. SpaceX was on the verge of going bankrupt during those times. Then there was a Christmas miracle. 2 days before Christmas, NASA came through with a $1.6 billion contract that saved SpaceX, while the Blue Origin is backed by the world's richest individual. Of course, Jeff Bezos is the CEO of Amazon. In the year 2000, he discreetly launched Blue Origin. Since the moon landing, he's been obsessed with space. Every year, Bezos sells $1 billion or more of his Amazon stock and invests it in Blue Origin to keep his private space company free of financial restraints. It is not under any time constraints to become revenue positive. It has the ability to work slowly and deliberately, as what he believed. We are almost at the end of our video. By the way, don't forget to give us a like. As what we have said, we got you, and here's more. Aside from fuel, there were several significant distinctions between the two companies. Blue Origin aimed to gradually develop technology to accomplish its goals, but SpaceX aimed for immediate profitability. Blue Origin would use funds from Bezos to fulfill its ambitions, while SpaceX was keen to challenge established corporations to secure government contracts. Suborbital spaceflights for tourists, according to Blue Origin, are a vital step toward expanding humanity's presence in space. SpaceX was significantly more concerned with getting into orbit. Both Musk and Bezos have been aiming to get to space for more than 20 years, and it looks like they will both fulfill their goals eventually. But who knows where their ambitions and personal rivalry will go from there, as we've seen in a number of cases where the two have battled over the years. After all, we're talking about the endless possibilities of space and humanity's future. In this case, what are your thoughts about it? To whom ambitions, focus, and motivations would you prefer? Please leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.